Many Nigerians woke up to a sad news on October 20, 2024 by a US-based ex-user, Jackson Ude, who alleged that the country Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja has died of cancer from an undisclosed hospital in the United States of America on October 17, 2024 after the COAS was apparently last seen in public functions in Osun State early September 2024. With allegations that his death is being kept secret because of some senior military officers who were lobbying for the position. And on October 19, 2024, the Nigerian Army Authority had announced the pulling out and retirement of top military generals from the Armed Forces of Nigeria, AFN. Nigerian Army Authority on October 20, 2024 only responded to the allegations made by Jackson Ude merely with a photo press release with a bold caption in capital letters, "Fake news," and didn't provide any details about the current status of the Chief of Army Staff until later, especially when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has installed acting Chief of Army Staff. Thereafter, the public was told that Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja was on medical leave of absence from duties. Jackson Ude on October 20, 2024 tweeted, "The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, has died. Lagbaja died in an undisclosed hospital overseas nearly 48 hours ago from a stage 3 cancer, according to a senior government official. The death of the Chief of Army Staff has been kept secret because of intense lobbying by some generals who want to take the position." Lagbaja, born on February 28, 1968, in Ilobu, Osun State, was appointed by President Bola Tinubu in June 2023 as the 27th Chief of Army Staff. A day after, Jackson Ude on October 21, 2024 stated in a tweet that the acting Chief of Army Staff, Major General Abdulsalami Ibrahim, has ordered my immediate arrest following my revelation that the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, has passed on, according to an audio recording of his meeting last night with senior military officers. General Ibrahim is demanding to know the source of my information and has asked the military to comb everywhere and ensure my arrest. While I welcome General Ibrahim's swift move to have me arrested, I urge him to use same energy in taming the insecurity in Nigeria. He should also stop looking for contracts and face his military job squarely. Having so much confidence on his source of information, Jackson Ude had on October 20, 2024 challenged the military authority to provide a video of Lagbaja at a sickbed to prove him wrong that the Army Chief of Staff is still alive. The military authority apparently disregarded his request. Jackson Ude said, "We are entering the late President Musa Yar'Adua era again. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, has died. If the army says it's fake news, let them produce a 1-second video of General Lagbaja on his sick bed. General Lagbaja is paid with taxpayers' money and the taxpayers deserve to know where the recipient of their tax money is. Not all the unnecessary denials. Enough of the game already." That aside, on October 30, 2024, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu installed acting Chief of Army Staff. In a press release, the military authority stated that the acting Chief of Army Staff, Major General Olufemi Oluyede, today, Friday the 1st of November 2024, assumed duties at the Army Headquarters, Abuja. The acting COAS was appointed by the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Wednesday, the 30th of October 2024, pending the return of the substantive COAS, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, who is currently on medical leave. At the formal taking over ceremony at the Defense Headquarters, Abuja, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, emphasized that the appointment aligns with the Armed Forces Act of 2004. General Musa reminded all field commanders of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's mandate to the armed forces and the tasks at hand. He urged the commanders not to relent in guaranteeing national security and the safety of all Nigerians. In his remarks, the acting chief of Army Staff, Major General Olufemi Oluyede, expressed gratitude to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for finding him worthy of the appointment and prayed for the speedy recuperation of the COAS, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja. The COAS solicited support from all personnel of the armed forces and Nigerians in general in tackling the security challenges bedeviling the country. He pledged his loyalty to the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Highlight of the event was the formal handover of Army Command flag by the CDS, General Christopher Musa, to the Acting Chief of Army Staff. Until his appointment, Major General Olufemi Oluyede served as the 56th Commander of the Infantry Corps of the Nigerian Army in Jaji, Kaduna. A member of the 39th Regular Combatant Corps of the prestigious Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General Oluyede was commissioned into the Nigerian Army as a second lieutenant in 1992 and rose steadily to the enviable rank of Major General in September 2020. His illustrious career traversed various command, staff and instructional appointments such as Platoon Commander, Adjutant, Company Commander, Brigade Commander, and General Officer Commanding, amongst several other appointments. He has participated in several operations, including the Economic Community of West African States Monitoring Group, ECOMOG mission, Operation Harmony IV in Bakassi and Operation Hadinkai in the Northeast Theater of Operations. Major General Olufemi Oluyede also earned several honors and awards for his meritorious service in diverse fields of operation. Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, Director, Army Public Relations, stated. Jackson Ude, in a post on Wednesday while reacting to the confirmation of the death of Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, insisted and said, late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja died on October 17, 2024, at a U.S. hospital. The late Army Chief had left Nigeria for a German hospital. After assessing his situation, he was advised to seek further treatment for his cancer elsewhere. He was said to have immediately headed to a recommended U.S. hospital where he died of cancer on October 17, 2024. On October 20, 2024, I had made a post revealing the death of the Chief of Army Staff. The Army denied it, calling it fake news. They threatened to arrest me and started using social media urchins to attack me. Informant told me General Lagbaja's death caused a lot of confusion and panic within the presidency and the military, especially happening at the time the president was away on vacation in London. The Nigerian Intelligence Agency, NIA, had warned of the consequences of making the death of the Chief of Army Staff public, partly because of the threat posed by Niger Republic and a possible coup. The warnings were the reason President Bola Tinubu cut short his trip, retired several military generals and then appointed an acting Chief of Army Staff who has now been confirmed as substantive. Before Lagbaja's death announcement, Jackson Ude questioned the rationale behind the promotion of the acting Chief of Army Staff to Lieutenant General by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu when Lagbaja was then still said to be alive. 2 Lieutenant General, 1 position. Mark Ona continued today. Why me una here? Indiara, Jackson, Ude stated. Meanwhile, Nigerian Army in condolence message on Word, shortly after the announcement, said, rest in peace Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, Nigeria's 23rd Chief of Army Staff, who passed away on November 5, 2024. You dedicated your life to serving Nigeria, with a distinguished career spanning over 3 decades. Your immeasurable legacy and contributions will never be forgotten. The Acting Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has paid a condolence visit to Mrs. Maria Lagbaja and other family members of the late Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, Nigeria's 23rd Chief of Army Staff, who passed on Tuesday the 5th of November 2024 after a brief illness. General Oluyede paid the condolence on Wednesday the 6th of November 2024 at the Flagstaff House, Niger Barracks, Abuja, accompanied by principal staff officers of the Army headquarters, corps commanders, and general officers commanding of the Nigerian Army. Paying tribute to the late COAS, General Oluyede extolled his gallantry, dedication, and legacies throughout his service years in the Nigerian Army and the Armed Forces of Nigeria in general. In a succinct message penned in the condolence register opened in honor of the late COAS, the acting COAS stated, "It is with a huge sense of loss, albeit responsibility, that I, on behalf of the officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army, commiserate with Mrs. Maria Lagbaja, the children and the entire Lagbaja clan over the passing of our dogged, gallant and extremely dedicated leader, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, Nigerian Army Medal, the Chief of Army Staff of the Nigerian Army. Lieutenant General Lagbaja, without doubt, gave his all to the service of our dear nation. This was evident in his dedication to duty and the legacies he has left behind. We only take solace in the fact that we cannot in any way query the Almighty. We surely owe him a whole lot. Rest in peace, our leader and hero. You will surely be missed." Quote, it would be recalled that the late Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja was on the 19th of June 2023 appointed Chief of Army Staff by the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and fully assumed command of the Nigerian Army as the 23rd COAS on the 23rd of June 2023. A seasoned infantry officer, the late General Lagbaja was commissioned in 1992 as a member of the 39 Regular Combatant Corps of the prestigious Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna. He distinguished himself as a Special Forces commander and a military leader par excellence who held several appointments in the course of his exemplary military career. Late General Lagbaja served as General Officer commanding 82 and 1 divisions of the Nigerian Army in Enugu and Kaduna, respectively. He also commanded 9 Brigade Ikeja and 2 Brigade Uyo, as well as 72 Special Forces Battalion on 2 separate tours of duty. Prior to his assumption of command of the Nigerian Army as the 23rd Chief of Army Staff, he was the Chief of Operations Army, where he coordinated all the operational activities of the Nigerian Army. As the then Chief of Army Staff, he worked assiduously to defeat terrorism, banditry, and other security challenges experienced across the nation, Major General Onyema Nwachukwu stated. The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, paid a condolence visit to the family of the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja. Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who was accompanied by the wife of the Vice President, Hajia Nana Shetima, and the wife of the National Security Advisor, Hajia Ribadu, was received by the wife of the Chief of Defense Staff, Mrs. Ogogo Musa, prayed for the family. While comforting the wife, Mrs. Maria Abiodun Lagbaja, and the children, Senator Oluremi Tinubu noted that the Lord only can determine when a man dies. She urged them to be comforted by the good life and legacies he left behind. She urged the children to remain focused and pursue the ideals their father lived for. The late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, died after a period of illness at the age of 56 years. Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetukun, has directed all policemen and women to wear black band for 7 days in honor of the late Nigeria Chief of Army Staff. Following the demise of the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetukun, has ordered officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force to wear black band throughout the 7-day mourning period. This directive is to pay tribute and honor the late general who has shown gallantry, dedication, and passion for fighting violent crimes and insurgency in Nigeria. He was a great leader who deserves to be honored by all means. May the soul of the late COAS rest in peace, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, Force Pro, stated in a statement on Thursday. The police had in earlier statements said, "The Nigeria Police Force is deeply saddened by the sudden passing of Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja on November 5, 2024. To pay tribute, the Inspector General of Police has cancelled all non-essential personal and social engagements and non-urgent commitments for the next 2 days. General Lagbaja was a highly respected figure, known for his tireless efforts in combating insurgency, armed banditry, and violent extremism. His dedication to the Nigerian Army and the nation earned him great admiration. The Inspector General's gesture reflects the deep respect and appreciation for General Lagbaja's remarkable service. The Nigeria Police Force extends its heartfelt condolences to Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and General Lagbaja's family, colleagues, and loved ones during this difficult time. His legacy and commitment to Nigeria's security will never be forgotten. While announcing the death of Lagbaja, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in a statement released by the president's spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, on Wednesday, said, "Lagbaja passed away on Tuesday night in Lagos after a period of illness." President Tinubu expressed his heartfelt condolences to the family and the Nigerian Armed Forces during this difficult time. He wished Lieutenant General Lagbaja eternal peace and honors his significant contributions to the nation. Born on February 28, 1968, Lagbaja served as the Chief of Army Staff for 1 year and 4 months following his appointment to the position by President Tinubu in June 2023. His military career began when he enrolled in the Nigerian Defense Academy in 1987. On September 19, 1992, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Nigerian Infantry Corps as a member of the 39th Regular Corps. Lieutenant General Lagbaja also served as a platoon commander in the 93 Battalion and the 72 Special Forces Battalion. He played pivotal roles in numerous internal security operations, including Operation Zaki in Benue State, Lafiadol in Borno, Udoka in southeast Nigeria, and Operation Forest Sanity across Kaduna and Niger states. He is an alumnus of the prestigious U.S. Army War College. He earned a master's degree in strategic studies, demonstrating his dedication to professional growth and excellence in military leadership. Lieutenant General Lagbaja is survived by his beloved wife, Maria, and their 2 children.
COAS LagbaJa, bringing you the news in a more digital way.